Hi friends, it's Terry Stewart, Independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator located in Central Maryland. So I'm back today. Well, I'm back again. I've been doing videos like every day. I'm trying to do one a day until the new catalog comes out. So I'm sharing some products that are retiring in Stampin' Up's annual catalog and from their mini catalog. So today's project features the Ready to Ride Designer Series paper, and it's retiring. Along with some colors, we're doing a color refresh too. So let me show you our project. It's a fun fold, and I love fun folds, so I'm excited to share it with you. I'm going to turn the camera around. If you get sick, look away, because the camera's moving, and I'm moving my camera. Hopefully it won't drift. I've been having some problems with drifting. If you've been watching me, some issues with that. So let me see. See, it's drifting now, but maybe it can behave. So there you see my workspace that I have the mini catalog on. I'm going to get my laptop going over here off to the side, so hopefully I can monitor if there's any drift. And if anybody says hey to me, I can respond. All right, here we go. And turn off that. All right. Okay, so this is the mini catalog, and it went January to April 23rd. It actually goes to May 1st. The set that I'm going to show you today that I'm playing with is Legendary Ride. Now, it's in this catalog. It's carrying over, but there was some coordinating pattern paper, designer series paper, or in the lingo, DSP, and that is not carrying over. So mini catalog, you can check out the link below or at my blog that you can go and see what is retiring. There's some things up to 60% off. Annual catalog, there's still some of these items are returning with the new catalog in May, but this one catalog is retiring. There's some colors. We're doing a color refresh. So 15 colors are leaving, 15 colors are coming in. Some of them are returning favorites. One of the ones that's retiring is in my project today. So it's Sahara Sand. Let me put this catalog to the side and bring in my project. And this is a fun fold. I do love fun folds. So, Dad, you're the coolest. And then it comes like this. You put it in the envelope and it's flat, but then when you get it out of the envelope, it stands up. There's a little bit of curve. This piece out here curves, and then you can write on the back something. So this is a birthday card. So let me put my stamp set aside. Oh, so I'm doing things a little different. Now this paper here is the By the Bay paper. That also is retiring from the mini catalog, but I'm going to be using Ready to Ride, which coordinates with this Legendary Ride stamp set. So for today's project, I'm going to be using Dad, You're the Coolest, this motorcycle, You Are Legendary, and then I'm going to use this kind of like, I don't know, like a lump of dirt with the grass. I'm not sure. I'm using that. So on back of kind of the motorcycle. I'm going to leave off the birthday thing, off this birthday, because I feel like it might be able to Father's Day. So I'll leave the motorcycle. We'll stamp the motorcycle, but this panel is going to be blank, and you could write a Father's Day note on that if you would like. So let me bring in my card kit. We made this card in my club, my stamp club, my monthly hostess club. So we have an envelope. We have a piece that goes on the front. This is the small square piece. We have two vanilla pieces. One we're going to put a motorcycle, one we're going to leave blank. And then this is the DSP, the Ready to Ride. So one side of these paper, there was some kind of glossy images. And then the other side, no glossy image. So I cut these from one piece. See, they kind of connect. So I'm going to have them go on either side. Let's do our stamping first. So we're going to stamp on one panel, and we're going to stamp on this panel and on this longer. So this color here is Sahara Sand, and that is a color that's retiring, and it's kind of gray with some taupey beigey color. So I'm sorry to see it go, because it's been a good color for me that I've enjoyed using. So I'm going to be using Memento ink. Oh, one other thing I wanted to tell you about is the April host code. So if you order anything from the last chance list, please use this host code for April. I have the monthly stamp hostess club, and I am sure that my hostess would enjoy any extra benefits that if you use this host code she will get. If your order's over $150, don't use the host code, so you can get all the hostess benefits yourself. All right, so let me bring in, let's start with this piece here. So it is scored. You can check out my blog for the cutting and scoring measurements. I'll have it in the description below to this. If you're watching on Facebook, if you're watching on YouTube, check this description below, and I'll have a link to my blog post that will tell you about cutting and scoring. So on one side, I'm going to put Dad, You're the Coolest, and then on the other side, this, I don't know, lump of dirt with some grass? I don't know what to call that, but anyway. So let's ink this up, and I'm going to put it towards the bottom. I was debating whether it should go in the middle, but I decided it's ground dirt with, you know, it's on the bottom, so you don't want dirt up in the sky. So it needs, I decided it needed to be on the bottom of the piece of cardstock. And so then Dad, we're just going to center that in there. So I'm giving it a firm press and giving a couple seconds for the ink to transfer. And the same thing for this. I have You Are Legendary. So let me ink this up. And I'm going to center that right on the bottom of this piece. So I'm just trying to make sure I have right and left to have equal room. Just eyeballing this, a firm pressure, a few seconds. Great. Now, I did want to use this image again, because on my sample, you'll see I had these wrenches. And I felt like they needed some grounding. There needed to be some other images on either side of this. So I'm going to use this image, and I think it's going to fit, just fit in there. And then on this side, we'll get the grass part, the lump with the grass. I think that's going to work out nicely. And then the last thing we need to stamp is on one of these panels. I'm going to put a motorcycle. So I ink this up. And I'm so glad that this stamp set is not retiring. It gets carried over. My husband likes to ride a motorcycle, so I feel like now I will have a stamp set whenever I want to create a card for him that will reflect his interests and hobbies. Okay, so that is all of the stamping, and we can start assembling. So let me bring in this panel here. The first thing actually we want to do is this strip. And it is scored on either end. So I'm going to fold back that. And I'm going to kind of crisp that up with my bone folder. Now the image went behind, but that's okay. It won't be seen, but it doesn't matter that there's an image on that. So this is going on the bottom, and we want to put this piece down first, because then when we put our DSP in, it's going to hide those little tabs that we stamped on. So let me get my tear and tape. So I'm going to use some tear and tape for each of these. This mechanism, you know, the pop-out mechanism, it's going to get a little bit of use, and so I just feel like we needed some stronger adhesive there to both hold this piece on the front of the card. Okay, so And it's going to be about a quarter, maybe 3/8 of an inch. I'm going to use my grid to help me get this lined up. So I think about there is where I'm going to put it, and use my fingernail to pull the covering off on this side. And it should butt right up to the edge of the cardstock, of that card base. Now this does fit into a regular size envelope when it's flat like this. Okay, and then I'm going to put these 2 pieces of DSP, and I cut them so that the pattern, it should, I thought I had cut it to the pattern. Is that it? Maybe not. Does this go there? No, that doesn't go. Well, so I'm not sure. I thought they went like this, but I guess it doesn't matter which side I put it on. It's gonna go like this. So I'm gonna bring in my liquid glue and adhere these panels down. I really debated, like I said, going back and forth whether I was going to use this side, the shiny side, or the not shiny. And I decided to go with the not shiny. And this will have a small border. So you want to center it top and bottom, left, right, so it has just about the same border on either side. So it's like, which I thought that was too dark, honestly. So that's why I went with this pattern that's, I guess to me, it has a feel of Route 66, you know, this Southwest. You got cactuses, you have diners. I just feel like it has that vibe going on. All right, that looks great. And then for this part, this little pop out, again, we're going to fold on those score lines, and I'm going to burnish with my bone folder. And then these tabs get folded back. And I'm going to burnish them also. So I think this would be a great Father's Day card. So the trick with this score line down the center, you want to match it up with the score line in the center of your card base. And then kind of decide where you're going to put it. I think that looks about right. So again, I'm going to use my Terran tape just because I think what the amount of work it's going to do with moving the card base or holding it, and there's some movement there. So I burnish out with my fingernail, and I get another piece for the other side. And it does hang over a little bit, but I'm going to show you how you can get around that. So there we got the Terran tape, give it a little burnish. And if you pull, when you pull this covering off, it does hang over, but you can just roll that back like that. So, you do the same for the ends. And this gets folded under. And then we want to place that, fold the score line so they match up. And then I'm going to place that down. And then this side should be easier. There. And then I'm going to roll that edge back. And we're going to, so everything is contained on that tab. Fold that flat. Pull this out. And there we go. So now our mechanism, that's how it's going to stand. And then on the back, put our panels. Oh, I forgot one thing. Before I do that, let me stamp. I like my stamp on my envelope. So that is a white envelope. I don't have a vanilla. I don't know why. What happened? Usually I try to make sure my envelopes match. This one, for some reason, does not. So let's get our motorcycle. Place that down here on the front. And then let's bring in the lump of dirt. I'm not sure. I don't know if it's a lump of dirt, whatever. There we go. Maybe we could do a little bit here. No, too much. And I might mess up my pristine stamping area. You know, I don't. I like to keep it pristine as long as possible. Okay, now we can attach these panels. So I went with the vanilla based on what was in the DSP pattern that I was using, and that was the background. So that helped me choose what color of cardstock. So I'm just going to center these panels, same thing, top, bottom, left, right. And I'm going to leave this panel blank so I could write a personal note, or whoever gives this card, because I really think that it could be a Father's Day card. So one of my children, maybe they want to give that to their dad, the motorcycle riding dad. Okay. Hey, so whoever's out there, hi, I'm glad you could join me. Say hey. So, this is called the Curved Pop-Out Card. And then you have this one, same design, but this one uses paper from the By the Bay. So, which do you prefer? Do you like the Ready to Ride DSP or the By the Bay? Pretty cool, huh? So if you like this, I hope that you will subscribe and follow my Facebook channel. Or if you're watching on YouTube, I hope you'll subscribe and you'll be notified every time I go live and bring you a new project. And I love to share my projects with you. So until next time, remember, stamping is fun. Bye.